Welcome to EdTech Tuesday. I'm Rich Dixon.
And I'm Jennifer Gibson.
Today we're going to take a look at an app called Haiku. And Jennifer, tell us a little bit about its price.
Okay, well, Haiku Deck is the official name of the app, and it's a free app. So it uses a lot of open source resources. Let's take a look. Let's dive right in. So Haiku Deck allows you to create presentations using images that are open source. And so what I want to do is bring up their sample. And basically right now you can see Haiku Deck telling stories. And it's a way to create presentations with visuals. You can use your own pictures and you can also use the open source pictures. So right here is an open source. And for example, you can pitch an idea. A student could use this to talk about some...
Great for persuasive presentations in the Common Core.
Right.
See that?
And then enliven a meeting, so they could even have meetings, town hall meetings and different things.
A class meeting, I used to really enjoy doing that.
Here's summarize a talk, and one of the things that Haiku Deck really promotes is a picture is worth 1,000 words. And so they have things like that. It can be used for a blog. You can embed the haiku into a blog or a website.
I could also see some use for students where blogs aren't in play, but they could still illustrate what they've been learning in the classroom.
Absolutely, like a blog, a visual blog. So this one, send a message of thanks, redemption, or congratulations. So it's a way to send this off to someone that you know, share a story. And this one is introduce yourself. So you could do like a collage or a montage about each student at the beginning of the year using Haiku Deck. It's a way to be persuasive, like you said, during a speech. Or maybe there's some side that you're going to take. There's teaching a lesson. And this one is ignite a movement. So just, encouraging. And so Haiku Deck, I think, is a really interesting one. So the way it works is you go ahead and you say, I'm going to put together my haiku. So I'm just going to call this one my story. It's real simple. You can type right in.
I was going to say, it looks really nice that you can add text within here.
Right. I like it because I think it's very simple and very clean and a really beautiful presentation. So one of the things is you can tap to edit, where you can start typing in. We've looked at some other apps that don't allow you to type text. This one does. So you have a number of different things that you can do here. So, and then you can add additional. I'll just put my name in here. So it kind of has these templates and formats that you follow, and then you can continue on. And there's themes that you can select. Some of the themes do cost, so there's in-app purchases. We talked about open source, and open source means that the resources are available for anyone to use. So I can pick this as my background theme, and that one is free. But as I scroll along the top, you can see the dollar signs in the right-hand corner. Those ones would cost some money. So let's just look at Starship, for example, if we wanted that one. That one's $1.99. So, and there's theme packs that you can buy that go.
Well, Jennifer, what if I or students in the classroom chose to take their own photo? Could they use a photo from, say, their camera roll as a background? How would that work?
Yeah, so for that one.
All right, looks like we see import here. I'm going to go ahead and tap that.
Right.
And it looks like I've got my photos, or I can take a picture. That looks really handy as well.
So you can do that. You can bring that in. That's a great question. And so you have the option, let's say a field trip that you're going to illustrate and talk about. You can bring in all those photos from that trip. Or if you're starting on a presentation and let's say you can't find exactly what you're looking for, you can go take the picture.
Well, can we choose one out of your photos?
Sure. Let's go ahead and do my photos. And then it asks for permission and you say, okay, why don't you pick one?
Okay, let's go inside of here. And I'm going to find one. Let's say that we had taken this one. It looks like this is an image perhaps from somewhere else. But let's say that we had taken that. I'm going to click on Add Image. And now that background
very nice
fits.
And it's customized just for you. So you can go ahead and create as many slides as you want to tell your story. And then when it's time, just like we showed, I'm going to go ahead and say not now. I'm not going to save it. When it's time, you can then click on the Haiku Deck and then play this. Now, one thing I want you to see here, let's say you've created your Haiku Deck. Well, it does have the share icon. And so these are the options that you have with share. You have save and share. And so you give it a title. You can make it public, private, restricted.
And Jennifer, I want to take a moment just because it's worth highlighting here that the private settings would be a really great way to protect student privacy. As with any student work at all, whether there's images, or in this case there are images or not, we want to make sure that we protect that student's privacy and student data And so I would recommend, what would you do here in this situation? I've got a couple ideas.
Well, I mean, it depends on the purpose of the slideshow. If it's me as a teacher, I wouldn't mind sharing it with other teachers so that they can collaborate. As far as the students, I agree with private or restricted. Restricted meaning they have a password to get on.
Excellent.
This is stored on the Haiku website, which is a partner to the app, so that you can go on and then show it. It's stored in the cloud and then accessible through the website. It's also, like you saw before, your Haiku Decks are on your iPad to use later. So we can see here, you give it an event, you publish, and it's ready to go. So it's a super wonderful tool. Again, free, but with in-app purchases.
Any big pros or cons that we haven't already touched upon?
I think with this one, as far as pros, there's the free, it being creative, accessible for everyone, easy to learn.
Text, we can type that. It's
Right.
just very, very easy layout, as you mentioned.
Cons would be that it has in-app purchases, wanting to address that. But I think you can work around all those things.
Excellent.